works. In the first place, what if government ministry take responsibility for identifying all the level 12 people who meet all of these criteria? We know who they are not rocket science. We have nominal role within the ministry that shows who is who have attained what level, and who have attained certain qualification. Again, it's training the people in terms of what they should know, and some claim ignorance. Oh, I don't know, this is the rule that is supposed to be. Oh, we don't have enough space, exam hall. We can think outside the box. There are solutions that are already on ground we can implement immediately. Like I said, we know who the vigilators are. We know where they are. Since this is exam period, government will identify all of them. Thank God we have a list of, from the verification reports, we know all the staff that have correct reports, that have correct certificates. We know those who are competent, we know those who are practiced, and government is making promise to train them. We are partnering with the National Teachers Institute and others, and we do expect to have support from all other development partners to build the capacity of what we have. So those things we know. Where we do not have facility, we can improvise. How do you put 30 or 50 people in a small class that should take like 25 people to write an exam? The condition for exam is different from the condition for normal lecture halls, and that is part of what we are reviewing. We know the tax is much. We do know also that it will require a lot of support, a lot of commitments, and since we have taken the first step, we have all key stakeholders, the external examining bodies, the state associations, the ministry, and then we are all partnering together. I think it is promising.
No, about penalties, outside the measures taken by the WIEC, is there any sanctions being put in place by the ministry or the state government now to serve as deterrent to other schools?
The laws are meant, and government is there to enforce those laws and to be sure that they are implemented. That is why policies are. The policy we have for now with respect to transfers is one of the strategies to address them. One is why do you have high school dropouts in SS3 from public schools? Government take the responsibility of training them GSS1 all the way to SS2. When it's time for them to write exam for their competence to be tested, their performance to be tested, they wake up one day and they find their way to private schools. That is because the process are weak. So part of what we are doing is the policy that says no more transfers in SS3. And again, those are internal exams, mind you. If you wake up and you go to write GCE in November, December, nobody could ask you for, have you been through those processes? Those are independent candidate exams. But for these exams, the rules is that you must have attended that schools for a minimum. We are happy that WIEC is having those positions. We didn't know that before. And their position aligns with what the government policy is saying, that let there be no transfers. In the event where transfers have to happen, it shouldn't be like a mass exodus of all an entire class to a nearest miracle center, and what we're saying. So those are some of the strategies we're putting in. Again, the penalty in that, because possibly if you find, like the list I read to you, a school was indicted in 2015, indicted in 2016, indicted in 2017, and the perception is that government for those periods did not do enough. So what do you do at this time? Evoke the more stiffer sanction, one above the other. What is being there is pay 250. They've all paid 250 with ease, because from those corruptive tendencies, they benefit more than others for whatever reason. But then, how many principals have been fired? How many supervisors have been reprimanded? There's no evidence that those schools did any of that. So this is a more stiffer sanction than before. It's not the maximum sanction, so to speak, but it's a first step. Suspend them from having the exam for 1 year. We are concerned for the state of those students. We are also putting up measures. That is why we are working together now as partners between all the associations and all of that to identify once options would have been that those schools have exam hall, for instance, some of the schools, and what is just left is to fix one or two things to make the exam halls functional. Government is looking into that. But we are also cannot work without data. We are working with the Teaching Service Commission to collate all those data and all those lists, and then it will take us a while, but we are hopeful that we can fast track some of those things to get done. In the worst case scenario, what do? We want to be sure that the students do not suffer unnecessarily. But again, most importantly, that Kogi State restore the integrity for the exam.